All right, it's do or die for James Harden tonight versus Splash Brothers. And even though his playoff career has already been defined from the OKC Miami series when he didn't show up a couple years ago when Kawhi was out for a game and they ended up getting put out by the Spurs and he couldn't beat the Kawhi Leonard Spurs. In the fourth quarter, where he came up short in game one in this series, and two, where he came up short tonight. James Harden can kind of temporarily put the haters on hush mode. Not even the haters, the people that just, pointing out that he's very erratic and inconsistent in the playoffs. Let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And if, James Harden get put out by the Golden State Warriors tonight, it's going to have a lot of ramifications on his career. Obviously, most people are going to say Chris Paul done. Mike D'Antoni should be fired. And James Harden is one of the biggest chokers in playoff history. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. This will definitely prove James Harden to be one of the worst playoff performers in sports history, man. And obviously, he got years in front of him to reconcile that. But tonight at least, in Game 7, he should go ham. There's no doubt about it. He should have a career day tonight. They should blow past the Golden State Warriors. No Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant has been one of the best guys guarding him. You know what I'm saying? He still can get buckets even with Kevin Durant. He still should have his way versus Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Now, can Steph or Klay or both of them go nuclear tonight? Yeah. Now, I think it's a different type of ball game, for Houston because, all right, Kevin Durant out, but now the ball moves more. And now, you can't key in on Kevin Durant and then, just hope for Klay and them to get out of rhythm when Durant passing the ball, or the ball finally get to them. You can't expect that tonight, man. You're going to expect Steve Kerr to be running plays for Klay Thompson coming off screens, just coming off the pick and roll. And, it's going to be, I think Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are going to be reinvigorated tonight. I think the carry on from last game in the fourth quarter when Kevin Durant went out, Steph Curry said when Kevin Durant went out, they smiled at each other. And I think at this point, they're ready for Kevin Durant to leave more than Kevin Durant ready to leave. And that's crazy to say that because at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes got ego and pride. All these dudes want to be top dog. Even the dude on the 15th man on the bench, he want to be top dog. Okay? They want to be that guy. They want to prove that we more than Kevin Durant. And I think, I'm not saying the Kevin Durant world is welcome, but I think they're happy that Durant leaving. Even though the championship's going to stop when Durant leave, deep down, these players don't really care about championships. They care about their money and they care about their number, especially when they already got championships. So this team is going to be on the downslope next year anyway, unless they spend some type of another superstar or Cousins stay and get back to form next year. But if Kevin Durant leave, that takes a different dynamic out this team. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, like it or not, they can shoot you in a game. They can shoot you out of game. Without Kevin Durant, they wasn't making it to 5 straight finals. We know that, whatever it is now. They wasn't making it to those straight finals. They really wouldn't have got a finals, a championship had Kyrie Irving and had Kevin Love been healthy in the first series. They wouldn't have got a championship then. And as well as LeBron was playing, Kevin Durant was the only player at the time that could counteract LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? They came with Thanos, you know what I'm saying? Cavaliers, and the Golden State Warriors came with Superman. He's the only one that could do that. Without Kevin Durant, whatever they had got, Harrison Barnes or whoever they brought in, it was no answer for LeBron James but Kevin Durant in the league at the time. So as much as they smiling and they happy and they ready for all of them ready for Kevin Durant to go. Look at their demeanors when Kevin Durant went out. They were happy. Draymond started, playing with some energy. Steph Curry started shooting the ball better. Klay Thompson's, all that. But at the end of the day, he carried y'all. Where was y'all at in the Clipper series? So now it gives them an opportunity to get in rhythm. They can take as many shots. They can play that stupid-ass basketball they played before. Jacking up stupid shots at the wrong time. Klay Thompson can get in his groove. But, hey, if they see the ball go in early, it could be a bad sign for Houston. Them shots start dropping early and they able to front run, it's a wrap. Houston got a front run. You know what I'm saying? They got a front run, but this is important for James Harden. This is critical tonight. And I believe it was a game 6 where Kawhi Leonard didn't play in Houston. I believe it was a couple years ago when after that series, Zaza's the one that injured Kawhi that year. And Kawhi didn't play, and I think it was in Houston, and James Harden laid an egg. So he has a repetitive history of doing things like this. So tonight, he got to come out loose, letting it fly. And if it don't fall early, keep shooting and get Chris Paul involved. And people saying, where Chris Paul at? Where Chris Paul at? Chris Paul done. Chris Paul is old, and that's why I question why did they get Chris Paul that contract. They really should have tried to get Paul George, but as we know, he got a shoulder injury. He probably would have sustained that with Houston as well, too. But Chris Paul had all these games to heal this year, all this rest time with all the injuries and stuff, and he still ain't right. But one thing we can say about James Harden, it seems like he's corrected his stamina issue. He got in better shape. But this is do or die for James. They lose this game tonight. I don't think James Harden ever gonna get over that hump. And eventually LeBron did too. LeBron, he couldn't get over the Celtics hump or the Pistons hump for a minute. He got stopped by Orlando. He eventually beat the Pistons, got over the hump, but then got swept by the Spurs. He did create a team in South Beach and eventually get over the hump. Kevin Durant, he couldn't get over the Westbrook hump. So he left. He did what's best for him. Got with Golden State Warriors and went all out. Yeah, and shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. They got their documentary coming on Showtime this weekend. I'll do a video about it. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to to James Harden, man. See if he can do it tonight, man. Because he don't do it, you're gonna have a lot of naysayers, a lot of people choose to don't trust him. We get caught up how good in the playoffs he is. Oh man, James Harden. How good in the regular season he is. Oh, James Harden is an all-time great. He should be up there with Iverson, Kobe, and the rest of them. Reggie and Dwayne Wade. But a lot of those guys up there had career-defining playoff moments. They didn't really shy away. A lot of them might not have championships, but hey, I seen Reggie Miller give Michael Jordan the business, hitting game winners or game tires over him or game clinchers over him. I done seen it happen. I done seen Iverson, put a whole team on his back and beat Kobe and Shaq and hand them their only loss in the playoffs. Can James Harden have that type of night and have that type of game 7 on Sunday, man? We'll see. We'll see. Because it's going to be very, very important. You know what I'm saying? That he wins tonight. That's the important thing about it. If he shit the bed, but he make enough plays in the fourth quarter to win, I think all is forgiven. If he shit the bed the whole game and Chris Paul step up and they win, it softens the blow. But if they lose and he don't play well, then even if he plays well and they lose, I think people going to have something to say about it. So he got to win. I think winning is more important than his statistics, or whatever the situation may be. So for him, it's a big game tonight. We know when he put a little bit of pressure on his envelope, he go ahead and just fold and just shred. So, if I'm a betting man, I'm staying away from this game tonight. I don't know what type of killer instinct Steph and Klay got tonight. Physically, remember, they was injured coming into the series. Where they at physically? When you make these many final runs, really you don't know where nobody at physically. Then you trust in Draymond. This is a very slippery slope game. And I'm going to go ahead and say the odds ain't good enough either way for you to bet. And that's just my betting opinion. I'm not sure what the odds are, but it ain't good enough either way, for me to trust what's going to happen, because you betting just know James Harden, hometown behind him, and then he shit the bed. Because he can't do that. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, you don't know. They might shoot themselves out of the game, or they might show up and they just so happy Durant leaving. That's funny. They so happy Durant gone, man. As happy as the world was when Kevin Durant got injured, because they want to see more competitiveness. I don't want to say it's from a malicious standpoint. I think Klay, Draymond, and Steph Curry was even happier. So I think, he wore his welcome out here. I don't think it was intentional, but they'll see life without we'll see how life without Kevin Durant is tonight. But hey, it's Goodfella Sports TV. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget, check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella when boxing get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. 100% all natural products. Website, promo code in description. Check them out. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All those links in the description. One time for the one time. Check out the Patreon. That link's in the description. Share the videos. Best donation you can make. We gone.